You know, as a game creator, you're always trying to learn from your players in the course of developing a game. And so you have focus testing and play testing, and to a degree you can learn things, but really there's quite a limit to how much you can learn from those kinds of contained experiences. The way you really learn what's working and what's not is when you put something out into the world and watch how people are experiencing it.
Hello. I am Sean Baptiste, and I'm the manager of community development for Harmonix. Community development is sort of a catch-all. We run the website, run the forums, and answer email. Through our forums, we actively campaign to get people to tell us things that they like, things that they don't like, problems that they're having, suggestions about things that they would like that would make things smoother for them. People really wanted the band world tour, that whole mode of the game, to be online. We didn't think on Rock Band 1 that people were even going to play that mode for the most part. We kind of thought that was going to be, a nice little thing that the more hardcore would play, but it turned out everybody wanted to do that. Everybody wanted to live that sort of fiction.
The world tour kind of encompasses what every band has to go through, which is, you choose your hometown and you get your band together, and you're just playing shows at the local club, and you got to build your local fan base, and then, you scrabble some money together, maybe get a van, or go down to New York City, or whatever your, next biggest city is, and, this is what every real band goes through.
And in Rock Band 2, we've kept that experience, we've expanded on it, but most importantly, we've taken it online. So now you can start a persistent campaign with people from around the world playing online. These people really come together, real people playing in a real band, having a great time, even if they're not in the same city or country.
High school friends and college buddies, so they still can form their band and they can play, you can play with someone in France and you can play with someone from Maine to Florida, anywhere.
A lot of the people who were on our forums had never been able to really play together as far as actually as a band. Now being able to play online, people can actually get together and hook up through our forums and meet one another and form bands.
We took it online, and I'm glad that I'm not the person that has to hook that stuff up.
What happens if the server goes down? What happens if the network connection to the web goes down? What happens if the database gets out of sync with the master database? How do we handle all of those things? So, doing anything with an online component just totally complicates, the system by a factor of 10. Right now we're hosting game servers in Canada. Our web servers are in Marlborough, Massachusetts. We have metadata servers that serve data to the store. For the PlayStation are actually located here at Harmonix. The ones for the Xbox 360 are located in Canada. Technically behind the scenes there's a massive amount of data transferring and a lot of stuff that has to happen, but the end user wants to go to their Xbox, log in and go out and play with my new band or whatever.
I'm Lauren McDonald. I'm the vocalist for Earth, Wind, and Centaur.
Andrew Perleski. I'm the guitarist/bassist.
My name is Brandon Ches, and I'm the drummer for the band.
I'm JP Lambiers, guitarist/bassist for Earth, Wind, and Centaur.
These guys are really good.
Earth, Wind, and Centaur. They are easily my favorite fake band.
On the Xbox Live, they have a leaderboard system where they rank you based on your score, and we're #1 on that.
They were at the top of our chart on our leaderboards for Rock Band 1 for a really epically long time.
I graduated in spring, and then I got a job in the middle of nowhere in the sticks.
Even though they're moved around a bit, they can just come together whenever they want and just play online.
The power of the internet, you know what I mean?
Oh, God, we got this in. So Earth, Wind, and Centaur could stay together. that was literally an impetus.
Because their voices come out of my TV, people would probably think we're all sitting there together.
Warms the cockles.
So the way you really learn about your creation is by sticking it out and watching what happens when millions of people use it. So I would say the benefit that you always get when you make that leap from innovate to perfect in version 2 of a game is that you actually have the benefit of having watched millions of people try the first version, and then you can use all of that knowledge to perfect the second version. Of course, you've never really perfected it, but there's a level of polish and completion and closure that you can get to with a second version of a game that you can never get to on the first version.